Well, what happens when they figure out what you've been doing?
They'll never figure it out. They've all been blinded by my special brand of love. Dirty love.
All over them! Oh yeah! Thunder! Bringing on the thunder! This is a special edition of the other side of everything else. This is one of the little offshoots I've been talking about doing. This is the Woulda Coulda Shoulda. This is the little segment in here. It's called Woulda Coulda Shoulda, and it's where I will showcase bands, in my opinion, that should have been bigger. And it could be some bands that did have a fairly big name, but I just thought they should have been bigger. And that was Thunder, Dirty Love, and yeah, they're one of those bands that they got a pretty good name over in England and Europe and stuff, and then they got a little bit of a name. They just started to take off in the United States around 1990 or so, I think, is when the debut album came out, and uh, and they just got such great songs, just good in your face. They're one of my favorite bands. I got lucky enough; I got to see them on the Monsters of Rock cruise a few times. I've seen them like 6, 7 times now, or something like that. Uh, so yeah, so I've got to see them. Hopefully they'll make the Monster of the Mountain. Some other people get to see them. Actually, they probably won't because they're actually not doing anything right now because the singer Danny Bowes, he had an accident. He had a stroke, and he's at a party, and he had fell. I think it's down some steps or by some steps or something. And he hit his head. He's in a coma for a little while. He's out of the coma. He's done better, but he's lost some of his ability to sing. So he's been teaching himself how to sing again. And but he is doing some speaking engagement tours, or he's getting ready to. So he's actually going to be just doing some talking about, I guess, the music business and whatnot, and what he's went through, and so yeah, so he's basically teaching himself how to sing again right now. Luke Morley, the guitarist, he's the main songwriter of the band. Could be the only songwriter. I mean, he's the one that does that. So he's been putting out some solo stuff here lately, and he does some work with the choir boys and stuff. And the other guys are keeping busy too. I think is the bassist Child. I think he's been playing with the choir boys. Drummer, he's been doing some stuff, but so they're keeping busy doing things. But hopefully Thunder will get that one last run in. That one more. But they're up there. They're up there in age too, so it gets harder to recover. And the main thing is we just hope Danny recovers because he's such an incredible voice, such an incredible talent. And even though Luke is the songwriter, whatever, but when Danny gets with them, they get that melody together, and he just brings the songs to life. And they got such a variety of songs. That's just your basic, good in your face rock and roll song right there that just played. And I'm gonna give you another three because through the years, and I'm gonna start out with one of my favorites. One of my favorite albums by them came out in 2006, Robert Johnson's Tombstone, and it's one of those albums that I can listen to from front to back, no skipping the song. Just great. I can do a lot of their albums actually, but yeah. So this song is Robert Johnson, and I threw a couple others in there from throughout the years. So of course you're going to see them look different at times, and then so let's just give you three right here, and then I'll come back, say a couple of words, and then going to end it because I'm trying to keep this pretty quick because this is the woulda, coulda, shoulda, because they should have just been bigger. They just could have been bigger. It's just the time they came out, it's when the record companies just stopped pushing that music, and they thought it was that was a dirty word, and 80s. Anybody that came from the 80s, anybody that was remotely related to that style of music, and then they's pushing the grunge, which there's room for all of it. There's no reason they couldn't have had all of it. In the 70s, you had all of it in there. You had, punk, disco, new wave was coming in. You still had the classic rock. And so, but anyway, let's just jump into some Thunder right here. We're going to start out with some Robert Johnson Tombstone. Oh yeah, that river of pain. Everybody's got it. Everybody's been in that river once or twice, ain't you? But so yeah, Thunder right there. They just could have been bigger, should have been bigger, and they would have been bigger, possibly. Who knows if the record companies didn't come in there and just push that music out, you know? Because I remember a story from Warren where they said that, they went on tour. There were posters and pictures were everywhere. They were getting this big push, and they noticed on tour that it wasn't really getting the push that they was getting. They come back and their pictures were all down, and then everybody just basically ignoring them, acting like they were, like they had a bad taste in their mouth. And they came around. This it was just a terrible. And that's how the term hair metal came about. It's now it's a radio station. That's how people describe that era and all that. But it was actually a dirty term because I was talking about because everybody had the long hair and all that, the hair metal, So they was actually making fun of it. But yeah, but Thunder, go in there, do a deep dive. Check them out. As they got songs from, like I said, the 1989, 90, all the way up to just a couple of years ago. Until we had that accident. They was putting out just top quality music all the way through. And we wish Danny Bowes the best. Luke Morley's got a new solo album out. Check it out. I might highlight it when I get into some more newer stuff. But yeah, we're going to do little shows like this here. This is the Woulda Coulda Shoulda. I got some songs in there for cruising the country. We'll talk about a little bit as a country artist, and the classic for a reason. That's one I got in there where you get some of these classic bands and their newer stuff, some Otis, whatever it is, and the new kids got them on. Got some newer rock in there. So yeah, so it's just so many ideas in my head swimming around, and I'm going to bring to life. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and end it with mine and my wife's song. Everybody's come around. She didn't know Thunder. She got with me. I was playing them. She fell in love with them. Got to see them live. We actually met the bass player too. Met the bass player and a drummer in a elevator, but we didn't know it was them. And then later on, we saw them, and I thought, oh, wow, we was in the elevator with them. And then we got to see them at I think it's a choir boy show or something. And then I went down there and actually talked to him a little bit. Very nice guy. And but yeah. So anyway, Thunder. Got to check Thunder out, and we're going to do a little "Love Walked In." This was kind of one of their MTV kind of hits, and it's actually ended up being my wife and my song. Because one day I just said, "Hey, I always consider this our song." She said, "Me too." So this is our song right here. "Love Walked In." Little Thunder. Get it on you. Get it on you one time.